Nunavut is standing at 0-5, and the Yukon 1-3. So sit back and relax and enjoy the game.
Yes.
In our game this morning, Nunavut is throwing the Yellowstones and Manitoba the red. And we have Baschuk in the hack right now, getting ready to throw for Manitoba. I think everybody's enjoying the speed of the ice and the amount of curl we have here.
Yes, it's. I think it's running, Pat, as you were doing it, about 14-2. Is it still running pretty strong? That's hog to hog.
I haven't got a time on how many rocks yet this morning, but it's fairly cold out this morning. It shouldn't affect the ice inside the building too much. But it's about, when I got in the car this morning from over, it was 16 below. I think it's warmed up a little bit since then, not very much. But
yeah, it was very chilly back home too. I'm just above him, so.
I'll try and get one on the. This is a challenge thrown for Nunavut, and he's going to try a draw here. The guard to lay it out in front of the house. Let's see if I can get a time on this one. Hog to hog here. 14 seconds. Should be just into the house. And it is. They're sweeping hard and bring it right back to the tee line. So that's 14.1. And that's pretty much what it's been running all week. So we're looking at probably a good 4 feet of curl on a draw outside. So excellent ice.
Yes, that's all teams. We got to give kudos to our ice maker. There's 3 or 4 of them here, but we do have a main one, and he's doing a very, very phenomenal job actually doing the ice, and along with his helpers.
Yes, for sure. Trying for a double here in Manitoba, and they just missed the double, but they did get a nice side roll in behind the cover there. So. And Manitoba does have the hammer on this end, so.
And I believe we might be having a guest color person with a color commentator here after Pat with us.
Well, we have one here now.
We have one there here now.
He doesn't have much to say.
It's Cameron Barth's father, Glenn, and they're in from Manitoba, and Glenn might be up here, Cameron might be up here giving us some play-by-play. So, Glenn, how are you enjoying the Miramichi today?
Today?
Yes, and all week. I'm sorry about that, all week.
This has been a very successful show, and our team is doing very well so far. And its accommodations are good, and the weather is not too bad, but there's a ton of snow here. It's much more than we get in March. But everybody's very friendly, and the food is good, and everything's perfect so far.
Well, that's good. Glenn, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I hope you're getting to see more than just the curling club here in the Miramichi, because there is a lot to see. I mean, not too much in the wintertime, but there's still lots to do here in the Miramichi in the wintertime also. So your team is up 4-0 in the standings, so they almost look like they're going to be into the playoff zone, so which is a good thing. And you have another son here also that is their 5th, if I'm not mistaken, and his name is Scott Barth. So Scott could be getting into a game today, possibly, and it'd be nice for you to see both your sons playing, wouldn't it?
That'd be perfect. Our second has a pulled groin, and there's a possible chance that he would not be able to curl, and that's why Scott came as the 5th, as the alternate. But this morning I was talking to him, and he's got some pain, and so it all depends. He may not even be able to finish this game. We don't know that. So I'm hoping that maybe he does, so that Scott can get to play some.
Yes.
But Scott is hoping that he doesn't have to play.
Well, that's when the team is doing good, they don't like to upset it. So
that's right.
yeah. Well, thank you very much, Glenn, and you're sitting here beside us, so we could be asking you questions now and then. So, thank you for your help. See, Manitoba, Pat has counting 3 in the rings. They have Nunavut behind everything is behind the tee line except for the one up on the edge of the 12 at the top of the 12.
Yeah, it's just biting up there, but yeah, Nunavut, I suppose, will try and hit and stay there. Maybe get a slight roll to lay number 1 in behind that number 1 shooter now. So. Larrabee is in the hack.
Yes, Alex Larrabee is the skip for Nunavut.
They've been having a rough time, but a lot of the northern teams do have they haven't got as much experience because they don't get to travel a lot to curl. So
yeah, that's true. And you're only in your curling. These are mostly 99% are all club curlers. So, I don't know how much, like you say, how much clubbing they do, how many clubs they're at in Nunavut. So I'm not sure on that part.
No, and mostly in the far north, teams that do travel have to travel by plane, and it's a very expensive way to go to curling.
Yes, see the skip put his broom down. We got the mate to put the broom there. He's just a hit and stick, a little bit, maybe a roll, a little bit to the left, maybe, but it could force them.
We'll see how it goes here, and I would imagine we might see the other Barth boy in here before this game is over. So.
Yes. Well, hopefully we will. We'll bring up his brother for a guest speaker.
I know if he's got a groin injury, it's pretty hard throwing the rocks with a groin injury. So maybe it'd give him a break if he takes it off. If this game gets a little out of hand, he might have a chance to rest that up a little bit before the playoffs. So.
Yes, because a groin injury in curling is not very good because you're stretching out there to throw the rock in the first place. So I see they're all warming up very well, and that's what you have to do. So it's a big game here for Manitoba, actually.
Yes, and once again they're line 3. So, and this is the last rock for Nunavut here. So. You see, he makes a takeout, but Manitoba has a very good chance to pick up 3 in this inning.
Yes, the skip Alex Larrabee now will be attempting to hit and roll in behind here, and the ice is curling pretty good, Pat. They're throwing like it looks like a normal takeout, and it's still curling.
Well, it curls hard here. They better get on this.
He better get on this, or he could miss it altogether. It's correct, Pat. He's going to get a roll, that's for sure.
Maybe right out. No, nice roll.
Great shot. He's line 1 now. That's the overhead board.
That was a beauty.
And I believe they're going to try and chip it out.
Looks like from here is.
He's faced with a tough shot here, throwing the out turn for the first time. Coming down here, they seem to play the one side of the sheet here, which is.
He's got to throw some decent weight here to hold that on that turn.
I believe
it runs a little straighter with the out turn here, though. This is about our 5th or 6th game on this sheet, so.
I believe, Pat, also that even a hit and stick would get him his 2, I believe.
He got his 2. He picked it out clean. Beautiful shot.
Great shot by Manitoba skip Andrew Wickman. And Manitoba now go up 2-0 after the first end.
The team is 4-0.
As one of the fathers said, and that's why Manitoba's 4-0 because of the skip. Well, the skip gets all the credit sometimes.
A lot of the time.
A lot of the times, yeah. He gets the credit in the wins. There's also people that lose too, but Usually the skip doesn't get the blame.
So he's trying for center line guard here. And the boys are sweeping hard, but it looks like it has plenty of weight. Maybe they're playing right into the house.
Also, curling, there's all men's teams here this morning. And we'll give you some up-to-date scores there very shortly once they put the scores on the board. I believe Alberta and PEI are on sheet F. Our feature game, Manitoba and Nunavut, is on sheet E. Northern Ontario and the Northwest Territories are on sheet D. Ontario and Saskatchewan are on sheet C. On sheet B, I think it's BC, should be BC and Newfoundland according to the schedule. And on sheet A,
Hurry! All the way! Hurry, guys!
they got us blocked out there, so because the schedule in the main book is a little different than what we're looking at.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but it certainly is colorful out here with all the teams wearing their provincial colors. It's should be Quebec over there in the blue, light blue.
Okay, yes, it would be Quebec and I believe one of the territories.
Yes, that'd be Skip CS there.
Oh, yeah, yes, the north or the Yukon territories.
Yeah.
Yes, they show it here in the original schedule as the pink, but it's not. It's actually these are all the men's here this morning. So just a mismatch of colors. That's all. That's no big deal.
They changed the colors on us.
That is correct.
They didn't change the sex of the players at all.
No, because they're showing pink on the schedule, and usually the pink is the ladies. So, but I believe, Pat, all the 28 teams that are here are having a great week. Some of them are, and the schedule seems to be over. It's a lot of people are watching this game. I was downstairs earlier there, a little early this morning for the fans, but they are coming out in pretty good numbers here, Pat, to support this.
It usually, a lot of the people that came here for the first time, some of them don't have very high expectations. It's just the thing of being here and enjoying yourself and doing the best you can. Because let's face it, some of the places there have powerhouse teams, and it doesn't matter what division they're playing in or what level of curling they all get a lot more experience in clubs. Because if you're in a club where a team's going to the Brier and the Scotties every year, or you gain a lot more experience because you end up playing against some of those players at different times in your club. And when you come here, if all you ever see is your own club curling, you don't have a chance to gain that experience. So they don't come in with a big expectations, but the women's team from the Yukon has really done well this year. So I believe it's the Yukon. They were 3-0 or 4-0.
There's the ladies standing there, Pat.
The Northwest Territories. Yeah, 4-0. They're really doing well.
Yeah, the Northwest Territories are 4-0. Alberta 3-1. British Columbia 3-2. Northern Ontario 2-2. Saskatchewan 2-2. Nunavut 1-4, and Quebec in Pool A are 0-4.
Yeah, I watched some of the Yukon game last night, and they beat Saskatchewan, I believe, last night here, and they really curled well in that game. And I've seen an interview with their skip, and she says that she's having a hard time believing that they're doing that well. So. But they played an excellent game last night. I watched quite a bit of that game last night. Manitoba's putting some pressure on again.
Yes, they do.
They're laying 2 again this end, and of course Nunavut has the hammer this time. They might have to use it. Their skip might have to make a good play on this end with his last rock, like the Manitoba skip did last time.
Yes, that very well could be. Just going back to the Pool B in the ladies, as Manitoba leads the way there in the ladies also in 4-0. Nova Scotia 3-1, Ontario 3-1, Newfoundland, Labrador 3-2, New Brunswick is 1-3, Yukon is 1-4, and Prince Edward Island is 0-4.
Yes, that's pretty good curling.
Yes, it is. Like for club championship, this is the top of the line for them, and looks like Manitoba will. A little heavy on the draw there, so. Yes, Patty, you were saying very colorful it is with all the colors of each province. Also, the way the advertisers here in our curling club at the Eco Center, we have lots of sponsors. Town Ford is one of the big sponsors, along with the City of Miramichi and the province of New Brunswick. We also have the Pizza Delight and the Jet Ice people for the ice making, and of course Curling Canada are also in there. And there's all kinds. We'll be going through them as we go along and give you an update on who our sponsors are. And Pat, I see you got some there, and you could probably read them out also.
Well, I get pretty good looking spread for meals in here.
Yes, they do. Yeah, that's
quite a few different places. Pizza Delight, Subway, Tim Hortons, of course, one of the sponsors here, and still got their cup on the ice there.
Yes, the people keep going trying to fill it up.
Yeah, putting rocks in it.
Yes, putting rocks in it.
Anyway, we have the Town Auto Group too, with Ford, Chrysler, and Mazda. And we have Sobeys and Hubert Willison Construction, and of course Capers Pub and Eatery, and Kent's Building Supplies. We have a lot of sponsorship here. And apparently we have a lot of curling fans that some of them I haven't seen for quite a while, but they come out to see this excellent bond spin.
Yeah, that's great, because a lot of support here in the Miramichi, and along with, like we say, once again, there's about 75 volunteers, 80 volunteers, helping to make this thing a huge success, right from the early morning people that make the breakfasts to the late evening people that have to do all the cleanup and get it ready for the next day.
I heard a figure last night that was well over 100 volunteers.
That's wonderful, and that's even better, because the more volunteers, it's better it will run, and everyone doesn't get worn out.
I know we have quite a few here from our afternoon leagues on this Omega League that we play in on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. There's about 75 to 80% of the people at curling that are here volunteering this week, so that's a pretty good turnout for our numbers.
Yes, Nunavut going to draw to the open side here by the look of it, Pat. Instead of going after number one rock in there is Manitoba's rock.
Yes, I'm not quite certain why they're leaving that alone. They must think they can get that out.
Yeah, they don't want to disturb the...
This is a good-looking rock. He should be in for number one after this. It'll be very close.
Will be very close, yes it is. And it looks like that it is number one.
Yeah, just number one, I think.
I believe he wanted that, Pat, so we can possibly get a nose hit there, possibly looking at a double as he's...
That would be available if he stays right there, but we see what happens here.
Just a reminder here, season champion Tim Horton Breyer in 2019 by Curling Canada will be in West Toba Place in Brandon, Manitoba. along with and the men's world curling is in Lethbridge in 2019, March the 30th till April the 7th. And that will be at the.
He made it closer for a double now.
Yes, the double is there. It's not flat, so he's going to play it.
It's fairly flat, but he needs to get probably 3/4 of that rock, I would think, to slide it over. He's going to try it with the out turn.
Iqaluit Curling Club that Team Nunavut is out of, and Team Manitoba is out of the Fort Rouge Curling Club. So back there, it's a little early in the morning for those people. I believe it's around 6 o'clock or so in the morning, 6 a.m.
I'm not sure about Iqaluit.
That could be even earlier. But Manitoba's, I believe, is 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
Well, let's face it, Iqaluit is probably dark all the time now anyway. So
yes, that's right. That
you
is
wouldn't
true.
know whether it's morning or evening.
Anyway, he is playing a double here, I believe.
It's not curling too much. He's staying to
It
the
looks like
outside of it.
He could be rolling. He just got outside a little bit, and with that weight pad, it won't stay.
It's going to barely touch it anyway. He got it, but isn't really what he was trying for.
Yeah, once you up your weight pad, Dave, it's hard to make it curl. So
Yeah. Doesn't want to move too much with any kind of weight at all. I would imagine that the takeout's probably about a 9, and I was saying maybe a 10 to let it curl a little bit. And there's Manitoba going to try and put one back over there, I believe.
yes, he's going to separate them and get over to the so that there won't be a double there for them. Make it a force. He has to draw into the full 8 foot. And they're on it right away. So
Looks pretty good. I got 14.3 on this
that
one.
should be right on the money. Patty right in the 4 foot, the piece, maybe even a piece of the 4 foot off so close to it. So now Nunavut is forced to draw, I believe.
They're
Is he drawn?
down to their last rock. I think he's going to play a hit on it. What that is. We'll check and see what he throws. It might be a straight draw, but I mean, that's a wide open hit and stick with a chance to roll over the other way. So. But it would be for one in any case.
It looks like that. You could be right on that there. He looks like he's going to play the hit by the look of it.
We'll check it out here. Yeah, with that weight, it's
That weight, looks like he got out a little bit on it.
it's got a curl.
It has to curl for him to stick around. It could be a steal of one here,
It is. It's
maybe two.
It's staying out. He's got it all right.
No, he's got it. But
Give
it's
up one.
steal one. No, once again, Pat, if you up your weight there, you know, it's going to run just straight for you.
Yeah. I never talked to too many men about their ice, but a couple of the women's team is saying that the ice they play on is awful straight. Doesn't hardly any curl at all, and even with their draws. So they're finding this quite a bit different than their home sheets. And
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of men's teams on Tuesday, and they said they liked the lots of swing in there. You're talking 3-4 feet of swing here.
yeah, you get 10-foot separation on the rocks, and you get by the top one, and you're right on the face of the one in behind it. So that's a lot of curl in a short while, especially when the rock is starting to lose its speed as it's slowing down, and really picks up the curl hard.
Pat and I are back on the after this game. We're back on the sheet E at 12:30, and we'll be doing the I believe it's the ladies Alberta and Nunavut then. on the sheet E, and then the other TB one will be on the women's also will be Ontario and PEI. That'll be on at 12:30 Atlantic time.
It's busy times for me. I'm kind of enjoying it rather than sitting at home watching TV all the time.
You would have to go online and stream it, Pat, and watch the curling online.
Yeah.
Or we could be at our coffee break about now. Usually we'd be walking into our coffee room about now. But I enjoy doing this here also.
Yes.
So after the third end, it's Manitoba over Nunavut 3-0 as they stole one in the second end.
They just made a beautiful come around here too, and they're putting more pressure on Nunavut, trying to build a good lead here and stay undefeated.
Yes, and that's a big thing to do. And I'll assure them a playoff, guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinal for sure. Just a matter of.
Well, I believe there's only 6 games in the round robin. Each team plays 6 games. I
Okay,
believe.
yeah.
And 7 teams in each division, so they would play each other once. That would be 6 games, and if you're at 4-0, it's pretty. You're probably going to be in the playoffs,
You'll be in the quarterfinal for sure, guaranteed the quarterfinal.
and that's what we're looking at for tomorrow morning as tiebreakers. And a lot of teams in the divisions are tied right now, but this would give Manitoba some separation here, and probably might even end up first.
Yeah, well, if they happen to come out on top of here, they'll make them 5-0, and next to them is Nova Scotia at 4-1. So I don't know if they played Nova Scotia yet or not, Pat. I'm going to check my schedule here and see if they have played them. So
Manitoba is lying 2 here now. And Skip's looking for a double and a roll for Nunavut. Didn't throw much weight on that takeout. Well, he did get the rock out, and Manitoba's still lying 1. Mr. Baschuk is going to try and make a takeout on that Nunavut row. Looks like a good shot from here. Starting to curl. Just gets a piece of it. Launches rocks over.
great separation.
They're still lying too.
Looking up at Manitoba, if they've played Nova Scotia yet, and the schedule in the book is a little different than the one I'm looking at here. So
Nice shot by Chowan there for the Nunavut.
this great separation there by Team
Manitoba.
Manitoba.
Manitoba will try and take that rock out, and they've been shooting pretty well on these takeouts and not making too many mistakes. Starko throwing this rock. He's got it, but he's going to roll maybe out. It's a little biter on the side, so they're still laying 2 now. See on sheet A, Quebec is leading the Yukon 2-0. Sheet B, that would be British Columbia and Newfoundland, and British Columbia leads 4-3. On sheet C is Saskatchewan and Ontario, and Saskatchewan is leading 2-1. Sheet D in Northern Ontario and the Northwest Territories. And that score is 1-1 after 2 ends.
Yes, I see Team Nunavut, they slid through the house, and Manitoba will try to come around that center guard there now. So
Yeah, they're looking...
I did find Nova Scotia and Manitoba, Pat, is showing that it's in the pink side of it, so I'm not sure it could be the men's on the schedule there. So and that could determine first place too.
Well, Manitoba only has 1 game left after this, so we can see where they're playing here. We kind of eliminate who they haven't played.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they could be at a 4 o'clock draw there in Nova Scotia and Manitoba. It's a big weight at this.
Got the top one out of there. Almost made a double on it.
Yes, almost had the double on it. Manitoba will now attempt to put that guard up.
And try and put it back pretty close to where it was.
Yeah, we're now at Skip Rocks. And Andrew Wickman now will attempt to throw the center line guard.
Manitoba skip.
Yes, it is. Yes, Andrew Wickman. He's not long in the hack. He likes to not waste time. He didn't like to come into that deep, but nevertheless, it's still a guard, and Nunavut will try to good chance here for a double.
They're going to try and double them off, and if they do, they'll be sitting 1
with the hammer.
You see how Mr. Larrabee does here.
He's struggling with the ice there right now, Patty. Seems like he is, so. Because once you give him a little bit weight, it just floats out there.
I think he's closer this time.
Yes, he downed his weight. This looks to be about board weight. But I believe he could have a double on the outside one. It's a tough shot. That was a tough shot.
I'm just wondering why his rocks are not curling. You can see he's getting a little frustrated with himself right now. And I believe he was on the broom, but he may have just set it a little bit when he was letting it go.
Yes, well, the ice is not forgiving.
No.
Manitoba will attempt to put a guard up once again. He'd like to probably bite the top of the 12-foot would be a great shot, actually. And they're on it right away, so they're
Not coming over that much for them.
starting to move now, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. But if they can get in to bite the, there she comes there, Pat. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
All late movement.
Late movement, 3/4 showing with the intern.
You should take a fair amount of ice here. Not. Yeah, he is. Just draw weight enough to bump it back a foot.
Yes.
Most he can get is one anyway, so
Yeah, it'd be a bad time to.
you wouldn't want to try and pick it or anything. If you're wrecked, you give up 3, and if you just cut a piece of it, you're still going to give up 2. So
Yeah, he's not quite sure, so he will probably, like you say, play the draw weight, just to tap back for one.
yeah, just play back 8 or something and move that rock 1.5 foot or so, and he'd be fine. It's biting the button, that rock, so just has to move it 1 foot.
Looks like Pat, his weight,
He threw a little bit of weight.
he
but
threw a little bit of weight, but
it
it's
should
coming.
move. It should move here.
It's starting to come now for him, but I don't believe
Whoa,
Pat's
whoa.
going to be enough.
Oh, there's enough weight. But he rolls off too far and gives up
Ooh.
2.
It will be a steal of 2. And Manitoba will take a 5-0 lead. So what's going on, Pat, this year in the curling side, the season of champions, 218-219. Tim Hortons Briar is in Westhoba Place in Brandon, Manitoba, March the 2nd to the 10th. The 218 Home Hardware Canada Cup is December the 5th to the 9th at the Infinity Place in Estevan, Saskatchewan. That's in 2018. And the World Men's Curling Lethbridge 219 is March the 30th till April the 7th and it's NMAX Center in Lethbridge, Alberta. Then we have the New Holland Canadian Juniors at by Curl Canada, and it's in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, from January the 19th to the 27th. And we have the World Continental Cup in Vegas at the Orleans, and 219 Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was at the World Cup last year, at the World Championship last year, and it was a great spot. And we have the Scotties in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and it's at Center 200 from February the 16th to the 24th.
A lot of good curling coming up.
Yes, and
Get us through the winter.
yes, and we can do a lot of armchair curling there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We don't seem to miss a shot when you're armchair curling, do we?
Not too many. No. You don't get that little twitch when you're letting the rock go.
Once again, we'd like to congratulate Miramichi for hosting this great Canadian tournament, the Travelers Canadian Curling.
And from what I understand, we can really thank Club President Sean Ingersoll and Mr. Hubert Willison for all the work they did in getting the Bonspiel to come here.
Yes, I believe they were at the Travelers Cup 2 years ago, Pat, was it?
2 or 3 years ago in Toronto or Ottawa.
Yeah, it was up in it was in Ontario. I think it was Ottawa, Pat, and they they enjoyed themselves, and that's when they got the idea that they're going to bring the Travelers Cup to here, and what a great job they did in succeeding to get them to come here.
No doubt that word could get around and we may get to host another national event.
Yes, not too many curling clubs have 6 sheets of ice, and this is a brand new, up to the state of the art. This building's only about 10 years old. It also is home to the tourism for the city. And there's other different events that take place in the Eco Center.
Yes, I think it's probably not utilized enough for the building that we do have here. So it could see a little more activity, I would think.
Yes, and you are right, Pat. In the summertime, it's used as a tourism information center, and right across the road from it is French Fort Cove, and we have zip line there. We have the longest zip line there in Atlantic Canada, and we have trails. We have bike trails. We have all types of different events over there at the French Fort Cove, which is only 500 feet from the curling venue.
That's right. We have a lot of summertime activities here too, other than fishing, and that's always been big. And now, since the
team is very fun-loving guys.
Okay. Well, here we have Glenn once again. We'll have Glenn Barth here, and we're going to ask him a couple of questions about Team Manitoba. So you go ahead, Glenn, and maybe describe your Manitoba team, who is now sitting in first place.
They've curled together for about 4 years. Second is a new team member this year, but they've known each other for going 30 years. And they're very friendly, fun-loving guys, and they love lots of laughter, and they're very good teammates.
That's good. That's good. I see we have a guest behind us here, and I believe that's your son, Cameron. Is it Cameron? Come on over and sit down here, and here you have a little bit of an injury, so you took yourself out of the game.
Oh, I'm feeling fine, folks out there.
Your team is doing very well in this Travelers Cup, and is this your first time at the Travelers, or your second? Or
yeah, that's a negative. Update. That's we went in 2016 to Kelowna.
Yes.
We had a great time, and we knew we had to get back here. It's a long road. Everything here is fantastic. Ice is fantastic. People here, so friendly. We've made a lot of friends. Seen a lot of bars.
And you had a couple of pops, then, I assume.
A few pops.
Yes,
a little bit of seafood. Maybe we OD'd.
We are known for our seafood here in Atlantic Canada.
But we're still rolling.
Your father just said you were a fun-loving bunch.
Well, he's right on that one. I see this rock coming down here. Looks like they could use me out there.
Oh, I think your brother could probably fill in well for you. We did have a switch out there with the fifth. Scott Barth now has moved into Team Manitoba's lineup, as his brother is a little, maybe just hurting a little bit. They say you pulled your
We
muscle.
won't ask how that happened.
No, we will leave that. We'll blame it on the ice. We'll blame it on the ice. But I hope are you enjoying the Miramichi?
Oh yeah, we've maybe enjoyed it a little too much, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Oh well, that's what club curling's all about: enjoying yourself.
No,
you got to watch when you're doing that dance, and you might get a strain in your groin or something.
I know we know all about that. We'll see what the boys are going to do here. They're talking strategy. That's not one of the strong points of our team because I'm not out there. But right now, usually the boys would be asking me what kind of shot we'd throw here.
Oh, so you're kind of the
guru.
guru.
You can see the confusion in their eyes.
Well, Mr.
You haven't trained your brother yet for that, have you?
And I don't imagine your club back there in Fort Rouge, curling club, they're up here early watching this here, or they could be watching it at home though too. It's a little early there.
You know what? There's a lot of our friends and family back at the Rouge that we got to send shout-outs to. For one, the ice maker down at the Rouge, Craig Whitey,
yes.
we call him. Great disposition, just a friendly guy. Such a good guy, does a lot of good work for us. Oh, this rock is hanging out there, yeah. Looks like it's a little heavy, just like our third man.
Ooh, they said you're going to be a little comical for us, and we don't mind that, not a bit. We won't tell them what happened either.
Yeah, he won't be able to see
sounds
that.
a bit like an unkind cut there. But Which one is his?
Well, we'll see what kind of shot we got here going here.
Which one?
Rock's on its way.
That's not sure.
Very nice double take out here.
Beauty shot.
Beautiful. What a shot. That's what curling's all about out there, folks. Shots like that.
So how are you finding this? Lots of movement, enough movement?
Ice is
for you?
fantastic. It's moving. It's quick. We've had no problems with the ice whatsoever. In fact, we said some of the best ice we've ever played on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Consistent from game to game, sheet to sheet. We're loving it out there.
I curl probably twice a week here in afternoon league with the Omega League, you know, last letter of the alphabet. We're not going anywhere after this. But it's always consistent. Every day it's the same. You come out and it's great for a lot of our curlers have never stepped on the ice till after they retired, so they have to be 55 to play in the league. So they're having a great time out here. They just come out and they don't have to overthrow or anything or exert themselves too much to get the rock down the other end, which is a big plus. And with some of the old clubs around here 15, 20 years ago, you'd have to almost throw overhand to try and get it down to the end. So it's a lot easier on them, and the little rock kids are having a great time out here too. Really big league. Well, you can see on the outside sheets we could get them play a half a rink because they put up a divider between the two circles there and they just play.
That's fantastic. Big junior program here.
Yeah, big Little Rocks program. Juniors, we did have a big junior program here for a while, but there's not a lot of work on the Miramichi anymore. And a lot of the mills closed and everything. So when the juniors do come up, they go away to university, and a lot of them don't come back. So you're not seeing, you know. But they're getting a good basic in how to curl. You can see a few of them here that went to the juniors, national junior runs. And
Jeff Tarko in the hack here, everybody. He usually struggles with these interns. He's curling 50% so far in the spiel. We'll see we'll see how he makes out here.
it looks like he is.
Looks like he's a little tight here.
They
We'll
should
see,
get that by.
See if they can get it by. Okay, yeah.
Looking good. But
That's coming down. Looks like Bazchek's getting a little over anxious there, as he normally does. Maybe overswept that a bit again.
that's a pretty good rock there. I mean, that's.
Well, it's not the best. The boys overcooked that one, I think, again. It's a problem we've been having all week.
I think they were a little worried about getting it past that yellow one at the top and hit it maybe too hard too early. So
Yeah, maybe it was a bad line call, you're right. But, back to the Fort Rouge, our fifth man out there, Hogger. Got to say hi to him. Got to say hi to all the bar staff, kitchen staff.
We'll get it all in now.
Hey, we can't forget our ladies back home. Got to say hi to all them. You guys know who you are.
not mentioning any names.
Well, we could mention names. We got Megan, we got Tara, and we got the lovely Angela Wickman. Everybody.
Do you think they would be up there at West?
And of course, Cha. We can't forget about Cha. We got our second man back here.
No, I was just talking to the president downstairs there, and Sean. He was saying that you even paid him money to so you could get on the broadcast booth. But is there any truth to that?
Oh, that's not true. So I've had a few fans here ask me to get up and say a few comments.
You know how it's going to sound to people back home, man. Who are they going to believe now?
Oh, they know to trust me. Look at the boys.
Working hard on
Boys
this
are working
rock.
this one.
Yes, they are.
If I was there, yeah, there's no doubt. They'd probably be off it right now. But
It's a gorgeous looking
coming
shot.
down now.
Nice
Very
freeze.
nice
That's a
shot.
very
Very nice shot. Looks like Andy's got his draw weight today. That's not something that's too normal for us. But
And Nunavut are fighting the ice right now. There just seem to be that little.
just wrong side of the inch right now for these boys. But
Yeah.
they got one in there, socked in there pretty good now. You know, I got to say, great competition here. A lot of great teams out here. Every team, great bunch of guys and girls out here. A lot of talent.
Yeah, I was just
I
talking
was-
to Sean there. And he was saying that he said the competition seems to be getting. They were there 3 years ago. He said competition now is increased twofold. The competition side of it.
Absolutely. I know we made a few cuts on our team. Our former second, Mark Blanchard, after we went out to Kelowna, we had to make a move. His percentages were a little low.
Might have been the travel that got him.
So now Northern Ontario's picked him up now. So he's playing fifth for those guys. We've, of course, moved to our current second, Brent Paschuk. Big upgrade there.
Not
So-
to denigrate any of your former players. Or
Former players. He likes making fun of his former players.
Oh my.
It's all about fun. And this is what it's about.
You got that
Cameron.
right.
Yeah. It's,
Little time out here. Guys are going to decide what they're going to do here.
yeah.
You know, we also got to send a shout out to all these umpires and all the volunteers here, drivers. We've had numerous drivers, such nice people. The volunteers, the umpires out on the ice, fantastic. Everybody's so attentive, just great. You guys have done a great job here.
Yeah, but Pat was saying this morning there, they got added up. There's a little over 100 people, a little over 100 there volunteering for this Canadian, and it's quite an event.
Yeah, not even counting the people running the bar and making the meals here.
The meals have been fantastic here, folks. I tell you.
Yeah, but that's the seafood talking.
Oh, the seafood.
Well, so someone said the Team Manitoba won the case of bottled lobster. Is that true?
That is true. Grandpa Rory over here.
Oh, okay.
Grandpa Rory and Betty, all the way from Winnipeg. Took the train.
Took the
train
train.
out here. Got 12 jars of lobster. One didn't make it past 5 minutes in our room.
And they are good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The team's now into fourth end break, Pat.
Yeah, some of them.
Looks like the boys got a nice one here. They're going to close this off.
And
Good
they
sweep
have.
in. Quality sweep in here.
Yeah.
Good work.
He's going to try and throw the
Now what's he
intern at
got?
it.
I don't know what he's.
What do you guys think the call is here?
Well,
I'm
he's
gonna say-
asking for more. It must be a
Might be trying
back
to-
ring or something. It will curl here on this turn, as you've seen out there.
And it's also going to take away Nunavut's draw also. So Nunavut will have to come out wide here somewhere.
Well, there's Andrew Wickman doing the rock. Looks a little shaky on his
He's
delivery
looking
as
like he
normal.
was trying to chip it out. Actually.
Well, the boys.
Right, we gotta hit this hurdle, Rick.
Oh,
just
oh.
missed it. Just got
Oh,
it. So that was
just
a
missed,
tough,
boys.
That was
Oh.
a tough miss.
Tough miss. Yeah, they should have been sweeping that.
Yeah,
Don't
all
know,
the way.
it looked like maybe a breakdown in communication out there.
It could have been, and maybe that's where your expertise would have come in.
Well, there's no doubt about that. But
I don't know what Larrabee's going to try here, but he hasn't got much to shoot at on this turn, and looks like you've held him to one here.
well, you know what? You never know. I think maybe
just
he
gonna-
could sneak one in here.
He's just trying to.
We'll
He
see.
hasn't got much room to do it there, but
He's got to get a piece of the button to do that.
Well,
and I don't-
yeah.
Yeah, there's no
believe
doubt.
he can.
Level of difficulty on this shot's high.
Yes,
But,
it is. Very high, actually. Looks like he's throwing it through.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's throwing it through here. Yeah. No. Just up weight maybe a little bit. Oh, here it comes.
He will curl, but
No,
And it will be
pretty good
one
draw
for
of
the-
weight. But he might have been better off trying the other side.
Yeah,
See
exactly.
if it- But
Anyway, difficult shot.
hindsight.
We are
Hindsight.
taking a break here in the fourth end, so we'll
Yeah.
be back in 5 minutes.
And imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another. One team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another. One team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an
You know what you're doing.
To move on, now we're back in live here, Cameron. So you can fill in for Pat as he's waiting. We're going to have a coffee. You can do some talking there.
Hey, always a pleasure here. Yeah, just to update the folks watching here, had to pull myself out of the game. My brother, Scott Barth, took over. Hopefully he can keep throwing 100% like his brother did out there. We'll see. We're going to put him to the test here in a minute. First shot of the end after the fourth end break. You got to be careful. Quick speeds up out there. Okay, younger bro. I can see him in the hack now.
There's the. Is that the younger brother or the older brother?
Well, getting a lot of questions about that. But yeah, no, he's a little younger than I am. I know it doesn't look like it, but.
So how many years have you been curling?
Oh, I've been curling about 34 years. 34 years. I believe I started when I was about 10.
That's same as me, but I started a little later than that. So
Over at the Fort Garry. Can remember my dad take me down to the Fort Garry. Here comes Scotter. Looks like maybe he threw too much weight here, I'm thinking.
yeah, you started then.
Looks
I
a little
started.
hot.
I was about 42, I think, when I started.
Oh, looks like the pressure is getting to younger bro here.
Yes, it looks like he's gone through.
Looks like maybe it's through, yeah. Oh, it stops back 12. Well, not a bad shot for him, really.
Oh, that's kind of being mean to your brother, your little brother.
Kind of passes out the compliments pretty
I
good
imagine.
here,
I imagine Mother will have something to say about that later.
No, she's gone.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, mom and dad are in the audience here. They also made the trip out to Kelowna. Good family event.
Oh, that's a great vacation, actually.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. Oh, this rock's coming down here. Looks like the boys got it by. Yeah, right to the back one.
And he hangs on to the back 12. Now your brother Scott.
Yeah, Scotter
Just
with
gonna
a
play
second
a draw
rock
here, I assume.
Yeah, in behind the cover here. And well, the boys think this one's maybe a little closer.
Yeah, the ice, Cameron is running very well. We were timing it there, 14.2, 14.3. That runs about 24, 25 seconds, so that's fairly fast ice.
You know what? Very similar to our home club back at the Rouge, actually. Found it pretty close in terms of weight and curl.
And how many sheets of ice do you have there?
Oh, we got a good 6-sheeter back there at the
Oh,
Rouge.
do you? Okay, right on. And do you have lots of sponsors like sitting here as the colorful side of it, we call it, all the sponsors on the ice?
Absolutely. We just hosted the Canadian Mix there, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And great, like you say, once again, the volunteer side of it, and you probably would have had way over 100 volunteers doing that.
You need those volunteers, absolutely. And the curlers get out there when you got a big event like that. You get curlers, non-curlers, everybody out there to support. Great community event.
Yeah, and it takes a community to make it go. It was a bad miss there on poor Nunavut, he knocks them both out now. So Team Manitoba will attempt to probably go to the top of the 12. I assume, yes, they will. They're going to try it anyway. And it's Bashuk. Is that how was that pronounced? Bashuk?
Yeah, well, that would be the French pronunciation, I believe, but I don't believe he's French, so
No,
I
okay,
usually
so-
just call him Bazchuk.
Baschek, okay.
He's a tall fellow. You got to be careful not to overcook his rocks here. Hopefully the boys pick up on that when I'm not out there.
So,
You never know.
you know there's no I in team, eh?
Well, on our team, we rely on the lead quite heavily. Good shot, good
Quite as
shot.
much, but it's still a dandy. It's showing all of the rock. And we'll go through some scores here on sheet F. Alberta and PEI 7-0. Alberta's up 7-0. And our host game Manitoba 5-1 over Nunavut. Northern Ontario over the Northwest Territories. They are tied 2-2. 3-2 for sheet C between Ontario and Saskatchewan. It's 3-2 for Saskatchewan. And on sheet A, Quebec and
I think
they're
that's
still
Yukon.
tied. Yukon, yes it is. They're tied 2-2. And BC over Newfoundland 7-3.
That's a great update there. I'm sure the folks at home appreciate that.
And Pat is back after a short break.
Oh, I had to get coffee to keep me going here.
Yes, I had
Well-
grabbed one too.
But I like
Well,
our-
I think we're trying to throw one in probably top 8 foot here, maybe top 4. Boys are backing off.
Yeah, just to get around that corner, that guard, that center line guard,
Oh, here it
would
comes,
be a
here it
great
comes.
shot.
Trying to get some curl out of it here.
Doesn't seem to be breaking very much. There she's coming now.
There, now she's coming around. Pretty good shot here.
a lot of break from the hog line in. on
Rattle
these
up his percentages, folks.
Yes, from
Get 'em.
hog line in seems like it's moving quite well.
That should get him up to about 63, 64.
64%.
I don't know if we had anybody keeping these stats at all, but
Cameron's keeping them in his head,
Yeah.
I believe, on the percentages.
it sounds like he's really being hard on his team because he's not out there.
And there's not a thing wrong with that, Cameron. You keep those stats in your head.
Just enough to take that rock out.
Yeah, a little hit and roll away there.
Yeah, Skip Wickman's
Another
call.
another shout out to the folks back at North South Consultants. That's where I work.
Where's that?
North South Consultants.
Okay. You
do
suppose those
environmental
people will be
work.
up this early?
Oh, I'm sure they are. They're hard at work already by this time.
What are we, 3 hours behind? You guys?
I think 2.
2? Okay. Well, they should be up now then, 8 o'clock.
Oh, they'll be up. They'll be hard at work by now. Oh, just getting by here.
That's a great looking shot. Great looking shot.
Great shot by Jeff Tarko, everybody.
Absolutely.
That might up his percentages as well, I would think.
They're making fun of the percentages.
I see you guys are playing quite a bit faster than Nunavut. You got what 5 minutes of time on them right now. So.
Well, that is one thing that seems pretty consistent out there. We do play pretty quick.
Well, that's shows that you're in the game and you're all psyched up for it too.
Oh, absolutely. Nice shot.
Oh,
Very
this
nice.
is a nice
Roll.
shot.
Very
Oh,
nice
it
shot.
peeked out,
Oh, maybe
peeked
a
out the
little
other
bit,
side, but that's
but,
all right. It's bite in the back of the forefoot.
Yeah, playing on the. We haven't thrown too many down here. I guess we didn't.
No, it seems like I was saying to Pat earlier they seem to be playing to the right-hand side of the sheet a lot.
Yeah. Well, this one we had a few take off on us here, and then we had one stay straight. So, see what this does here.
Yeah, the outside in one's a little A little harder to judge the weight. A little more
We got to
sensitive.
get
it
on
seems
this
to
one,
me.
I think. Oh, no, looking
No,
good. No,
that'll
get
stay
on there.
pretty. They'll stay pretty good. Their brakes
Got to
late.
be on that. Starting to break here. Got to be on
They
that.
got it. They got it.
Yeah,
Oh, another nice
great
shot,
sweep in
Jeff.
there by your brother.
He says, "Oh, don't give him too many kudos."
Not
there.
bad for him. Not bad. He's-
He does real well. You might not get back into the next
Well,
game.
You know what? I've tried to teach him quite a bit, and I could see that it's working.
It's paying off. The lessons are paying off.
Doesn't seem like you're real happy about it.
Well, I've tried to tell him to hit the gym a little more.
Yeah, take lessons from you there, would he?
Well, that's for sure. He's not in the best shape, but
As we have a few fans standing behind us here, and they're hearing everything that's going on, so they're getting a good little chuckle out of this.
That's only because they're family, I think.
And Nunavut will try the same thing, and they're going to have to get on this right away because it does curl.
it looks like a good looking
Yeah,
shot
no,
here.
he
Might
has a
roll.
nice looking shot.
Oh, very good. Great shot.
Wanted to get
Great
over.
shot.
Great shot is right.
It's a skip.
Now we're down to the skip rocks once again.
Andrew
Yeah,
Wickman
that
coming
was the
back.
first skip
He's
stone there.
very serious. You can see it. He's
Oh, he is serious, you can tell.
very serious out there.
Yeah, it looks like a fun-loving guy.
Yeah, fun loving. He takes a lot of time in the hack. That's one thing about him.
Yes, yeah.
Averages about 5.5 seconds in the hack. Yeah, here he comes. Can't turn your back when you're down there. This guy doesn't think about nothing.
That's
Gets
good.
in there.
Looks like he has a good looking shot.
Well, the boys could roll this away here. The boys could roll this
Yeah,
the other way. Ooh.
he is going to roll it away.
Yeah, well, I think that's the shot.
Pick that one out at the back, too, yeah.
Yeah, he might roll out, but that's all right.
That is a great shot. Nunavut will now try to draw in around that somehow.
That shot might up his percentages a bit too.
You're very big on the analytics, I see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, on our team we're keeping track out there. We're keeping track.
Yes, sir. And it's all in your head.
So what we got here? A little intern draw, 4 foot.
One turn draw, yeah. And this should walk over him, no problem.
Yeah. I agree. Get a lot of curl out of this side of the sheet here. Tightening up the ice a little bit.
Probably be a late break here, too. Depending on what he throws, of course. But
Looks like a good shot here.
They jumped on him right away, so
Getting on it.
could be he gets by that front one. He is going to have a good looking shot. Looks like he might be on the guard though.
nice.
Little light.
Looks
He's a
good.
little
Maybe,
late.
maybe
It's
a
only,
little late.
Okay.
15 seconds hog to hog.
Oh,
so
hog to hog. Yeah. So there's an open draw for two.
it's,
For
it's
Mr.
usually running about 14.1, 14.2 would be just to the hog time, and it ends up usually right in around the 4 foot bite and butt. But that one was 15, so worked out about right.
Well, we got old reliable here, Wickman. Let's see if he
draw.
can pull this off.
Draw for two, eh?
Pressure shot.
Spent all that time in the hack again too, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He should see him at golf.
Yes, I imagine. I
He
imagine.
just walks up and
Hits.
hits it.
They're not laying a broom to it, so
No,
he's
they're not laying a broom
he's
to it.
close.
Now they're clean. Now they're cleaning it. Straight to the tee. Look at that.
Great shot. Great shot by Skip Andrew Wickman.
He's
Cameron,
cool.
I was going
He's
to
cool
ask
under
you,
pressure.
your team have they played Nova Scotia yet? I don't believe they have they?
No, we haven't come up against
Okay, Nova
Team
Scotia are
Nova
4-1.
Scotia.
You guys are. This is your fifth game, and looks like you might be going on to victory. So you play Nova Scotia this afternoon, and that could be a turning point there.
Oh, that's going to be it's
Could
going to be a
turning
battle
point.
out there. It's going
Yes,
to be a battle.
it is going to be because
So you'll be back in that game then, will you?
There's no doubt I'll be back in that game. Love going to battle out there on the ice, and pains me even to be out of this game. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But
Oh yes, and yes, and it doesn't hurt to have the fifth in all the time.
that's
they're
right.
part of
You
your
gotta-
team.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to get some reps in.
Yeah, exactly.
Here he comes, throwing another rock. Looks pretty good this time.
The only thing, as you say, the score is 7-1, so Nunavut, they might go the full 8 ends. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So that's the only thing. That's good to see your brother get in there and Scott and give him some games. This is his first game that he's played, is it?
It is, yeah. So these are.
He was only a foot heavy there.
Well,
It's not bad.
No, that's for him. That's pretty good. Pretty good, actually. I'm surprised on that one. But you know what? You got to give it to Scotter. He's been representing Manitoba out here. We've been playing every 9 a.m. draw, getting up early. But Scotter, he's been representing at a lot of the shows, staying up late. That's good to see.
It's all about the
That's
PR.
yeah, absolutely. That's what curling's all about. A lot of fun.
Yes.
He's really working hard to get this one over the line.
Oh, I think they got it. It looks like it's there. Yeah. Good sweeping by the boys there. Good
Yes.
sweeping. Power sweeping.
Yes, this is your first time coming east, Cameron?
Oh, I've been out here a few times,
Have you?
so it's not my first. But yeah, you know what? The boys, we started our trip last Wednesday. Visit a few places out here. We've been to Fredericton, Moncton, Charlottetown.
Oh, okay, great traveling then.
Absolutely. Well, this one also looks pretty good. Coming down, Baschuk looks like he's intent on keeping this clean here.
Yes.
Good shot.
We got Coach Bob Wickman over here to the left.
It's great. It's a family affair, as you said. So it's great that they all came east to visit the Maritimes
Well,
and get lots of snow. Take some back with you.
we got Norm and Debbie Tarko. I think they're going down to Costa Rica after when this tournament's over. Stay for a couple months.
Nothing wrong with that.
Get away from this. We don't normally get snow this early. Not that stays anyway.
Well, but you know what? Winnipeg winter came fast too for us this year. So. Well, it looks like the boys got up 2 corners. Ideal situation here. Trying to fight your way back here. It looks like old Wickman, he's having none of that.
No, time to
Time to
remove
hit,
some.
he says. Time to hit, Brent.
Time to move out, John.
We'll see if Baschuk can throw more than bumper weight on this one. He's known to sort of be down weight on some of his peels. So let's see if the boys can keep this one straight here.
Pushed himself good.
Looks out to come
like
out
pretty good
a
weight on
million
that one.
miles an
He
hour.
might have a double here.
He might. There the rocks go.
Great
and
shot.
old
Great
Baschuk.
shot.
Well, I'm as surprised as everybody else here.
Oh, my. I guess that practice does pay off.
You better hope nobody's taping this for these fellas when they get off the ice.
To be honest, he's fairly good at those shots.
I think he had no problem keeping his weight up there.
Yeah, he's got no problem throwing big weights.
He was a little outside according to the skip here.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Yeah, this one's hanging out there.
hanging there. Any big weight,
gonna get it.
they stay out.
Should get a piece of it.
I get a piece
Very
here.
little, yeah.
a
Oh,
little
enough
piece.
to drive it
okay,
out.
yeah.
Oh, enough to drive it out.
There we go.
So, Cameron, does your team travel like a little bit in the fun spiels or any spiels at all out there?
That's a great question, but I'm gonna put a negative on that. We don't travel around much. We play in the MCA Bonspiel. Have you heard of that?
No, what is
Great event. Held in Winnipeg
Yes.
every year. I think we just had the 125th. I think we're on the. I don't know which year we're on now. 127th maybe. So
Yeah.
Bonspiel's got a big history there, and involves all the clubs in the city.
Okay.
And used to start Thursday night and end on Wednesday night the following week. But
A week.
yeah, sometimes I think one year we played 21 games in that spiel.
Must be like the old one we used to have here, the Miramichi Open.
Yes,
We
the
get
Miramichi
about
Open,
yeah.
64 teams in it at one time.
Yes. When we used to have 3 curling clubs here in the river, we had it high up as 64 to 72 teams here.
Oh, wow. Well, I think the MCA one year was 1,024 teams, I think.
Holy jumpins.
You playing that one, Dad? Oh, yeah. The old GB over here, he played in that one.
Yes. We had your dad on here earlier. And, he's enjoying himself down here in the east.
He is. He's a good man. Oh, here we go. Just that one curled a little more than they thought, I guess, here.
Yeah, it did snap over there at the end.
Yeah, they are fighting their weight just a little bit, Nunavut is, so.
Looks like we got Team Northern Ontario over here on sheet 4 on a barn burner up against the Northwest Territories here. Skip Gary Weiss. Yeah, he's a good man. I think we should. Okay, this one's coming down. They're going to maybe try a little tap back here. Staying straight.
Whoa,
look.
strong.
Staying a little straight. Oh, maybe let's just split it here. Oh, they might hit it right out. Holy. Oh, Jeff Tarko, everybody.
We were talking to the girls from Northern Ontario. They're up pretty close to Manitoba there, so out of Fort Francis is. They're a lot closer to go to Manitoba to curl than they are to places in Ontario, I think. So.
Absolutely. Well, it looked like Jeff Tarko there was throwing about top 8. Came out a little heavy, maybe. Through bumper. Took his own rock out. But rolled over, still left one.
Skip Larrabee, I believe, is just playing a draw out to the corner of that.
Trying corner freeze.
Corner freeze
that,
here,
yeah.
yeah.
He's trying to get a break here of some kind, but it's hard to do when your team you're playing against is throwing rock very well. So
Looked like he was
Here
not
we
quite
go.
behind that rock when he was trying to put the handle on it. So
Well, the boys are on this one.
he
Boys
was
are on this
stretching
one.
to get to the room. His body was carrying him the other way, I think. So.
I believe he's going to corner guard.
Well, it looks like he came up a little short here. But Wickman doesn't want any garbage around at this point. Trying to just going to get rid of it here. What's going on in the rest of the games here? Maybe we should
Okay,
update everybody.
we'll give you an update there. Cameron and on sheet A, which is Quebec and the Northwest Yukon territories, all tied up 2-2.
Fabulous teams there. We played both those teams.
BC and Newfoundland, BC's up on Newfoundland 7-4. Ontario and Saskatchewan are on sheet C, and they're all tied up at 3-3. Northern Ontario and the Northwest Territories are up 5-2 for Northern Ontario, and our host game Manitoba and Nunavut are 7-1. And on the final sheet, sheet F, is Alberta over PEI 7-1.
And all those games are in the 6th end right now.
Well, this shot looks like here it's got to move a little bit.
Yes, it's not moving enough to get a corner freeze.
So
Stop the 8 foot there.
Skip Wickman will play a hit here and roll to the open side. Hopefully.
Let's just do a little time on it, seeing how long he is in the hack here.
Yeah, let's get a time on him.
From the time his foot hits the rubber,
Okay, start the clock here.
oh, he's rubbing it off.
Time's up.
A little longer this time.
And there he goes. Can't turn your back on this man.
8.3 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Well, looks like he's going to make a shot this time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's we'll have to give him all these recordings.
Oh, definitely. What do you think I'm doing with my phone? I'm recording everything. So, Cameron, you could be sitting out a couple of games.
Unlikely.
We're all having
You're
we're
just
having good
starting
fun
a new
here.
career here. That's right.
Yeah,
No groin pulls up here.
Looks like the boys could have a double here set up. If they want to
yeah.
take
It's,
advantage of the placement of those rocks there. We'll see. So you guys going to be around here all week?
yes, This is my one more game to do, and then I'm off. I have meetings away. I'm also the city councilor here.
Oh.
So I have meetings away starting tomorrow. So I'll be. This will be my last day here, and I had a ball doing this all week. So.
Fantastic. Great city here we got. Again, we've had a great time here. Great ice. Love your city. It's fantastic. River, very nice. Accommodations at the Rod, top notch.
Yeah, it is a great area, and it's like in the wintertime, it's you're curling, but we're noted for our fishing and the bass and everything else. So they're sweeping hard here.
Yeah, well, I got to the nose here, so looks like Wickman will just remove this one. Maybe we should get a clock on him here one more time just to see if he's. Why not? Why not? Just for entertainment purposes. Okay.
I don't know if you need any more ammunition for him or not. 7.6.
7.6. Okay, good. He's getting a little quicker. This one's coming down. Yeah,
He'll take the nose.
looks like he's on target here. Well, 2 in a row.
I would say Nunavut will have to. They're going to have to draw.
He's going to draw. That late break on the soft takeout seemed to be catching a lot of teams here.
Yeah.
They end up, looks like it's going to be outside, and then it breaks late.
Pat's doing hog to hog here and see what kind of draw weight we do have. Looks like he's fine.
14-2.
14-2 should almost put him right on the button.
What a shot. That's
Great shot, great pressure shot, actually.
Great shots.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe Nunavut's debating whether to carry on.
Well, I think the boys should keep playing. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, your
That's
skip
great.
wants to keep going too because he was kind of pulling them back there. So.
Yeah, no, it's the boys could use the practice. There's no doubt about that. Well, I'm happy that these boys are keeping the battle going here.
Just
I sure don't mind being up here. You know.
it's warmer.
Absolutely.
Just a shout out there to some of our sponsors, Pizza Delight here on the Miramichi in Newcastle, the owner David Hale, and we also have Jet Ice.
And you know what? That
What's
Pizza
that?
Delight has been frequented by Jeff Tarko.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's known to head over there around 1 in the morning a few times during this trip. Likes his pizza, that guy.
You got to have your bed lunch, you know. So, and also Subway is another one. Jet Ice is another good sponsor here on the Miramichi. And Kent Building Supplies, province of New Brunswick, city of Miramichi, and of course Tim Hortons, Capers Pub, TravelersCanada.ca. They're here along the great big one here on sheet E.
And we have O'Donoghue's pub, Irish pub.
Yes, that's we've been known to go there for 1 or 2 pints.
Fresh Pops.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, they do have great entertainment there also on the weekend. So
Great food. Got some nice Guinness on tap there.
yes, they do. Yes, for all you Irish people.
Yes, absolutely. Here comes Scotter. Let's see what kind of weight he's got this time. Yeah, it looks like this one's actually coming in not bad. Scotter's been back house so far with most of his shots, but this one seems that it'll actually stop on the tee line. It's good.
Right on the tee line, almost just
Very good
touching the
shot.
button.
You must be getting a little worried about your job there or something. Right?
Not even close. Not even close. That's way too deep. I'd be top 8 there, but not everybody can play 100%.
No. As we all say, you're playing 100%. We'd probably be up in an upper class in the curling side of it.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Well, as long as you're not playing like Ryan Fry, you'll be all right.
Well, I was going to say they call me Mr. 100% back in Winnipeg. Got a lot of games. Got a lot of games in where usually curling around 100%, maybe with bonuses a little higher maybe, but.
Does anyone ever see your percentages, or are they just in your head?
Oh no, they're well known. Yeah,
All in fun. We're having a great time here, and we're enjoying this.
I don't know if that's on the inner circle or the outer circle here.
Out to the Fort Rouge Curling Club in Manitoba.
Look at a nice freeze there. Nice freeze by Team Nunavut.
Beautiful shot.
And, here comes Scotter, corner freeze. Yeah, moves
That'll
it around
work.
a bit. That'll work.
That'll work.
Good work by younger bro there. Now, if Nunavut here could just nestle one in there, that would be top notch, eh?
That, younger bro doesn't look real happy either. He just going about his business.
Yeah. Trying to get his attention there through the glass, but he doesn't want to look up.
Team serious out there. Team serious.
He must have got his hairstyle from your grandfather or something.
Well, you said that one, not me. So. Well, it's good to see even our fans we're catching on to our humor here.
Great shot.
Another
Nunavut.
great shot.
Another great shot.
Yeah. The boys got to bail. Time to bail.
It is time to bail. Yeah, I see they bailed on sheet F. That game is now final. 9-1 Alberta over PEI.
Here comes Bazchuk, another peel. So that rock might kill somebody. Okay. Whew. Boys caught it. Northern Ontario came through there. Nice little catch.
Yeah, they played against you people before, and even on the other sheet, they're looking for trouble.
Yeah, well, in Manitoba we got boards. We used to playing with boards, and you don't have to stop these rocks. But
yeah, our old
little
curling
adjustment.
Club. Yeah, our old curling club had the boards down the middle of them, and they found it better to get rid of them. Too much maintenance with them, actually.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know if all clubs have boards or not, but it seems that everybody here is really observant about the rocks on the other sheet coming into play, so they're watching pretty close, and I haven't seen any scoot over and disturb any rocks in the other sheet yet since I've been doing these games here. So
few close calls on our sheets, but I got to admit I was at fault, did not catching them.
Yeah,
Shout out to the ladies from the Northwest Territories there. One was coming in hot.
Yes.
It was my fault I didn't catch it, so apologies. Here comes Bazchuk again, another peel.
it's throwing pretty good weight too, isn't he? For these peels.
He likes throwing his peel weight, that Bazchuk. Another peel.
Another play. Not leaving anything around after he throws.
No, because Manitoba is sitting in the on the button there, and Nunavut is line 1, or number 2 rather, and Manitoba's line 1 and 3.
We also got to thank the organizers of the spiel. We got Rob and Maddie, done a great job. Can't say enough about the organization she's put into this.
Is she the main organizer?
Well, she's been the contact for the teams.
Right on.
I don't know all of, I'm sure I don't know even half of what the work that she has to do, but she's been great with all getting her accommodations ready, flights, everything. Fantastic.
So are you it all ends up on Saturday, so do you fly out Sunday or Monday?
We're flying out Sunday night.
Sunday night, okay.
Yeah.
That's a long haul, eh, when you're doing that.
Well, yeah, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know,
Yes,
that's what
that
they
is
say,
true,
yeah.
yes.
It's a grind. You got to grind out these games.
Yes. CBC there on sheet B now is over Newfoundland up 9-4. So they have them in a bit of a jam.
Yeah, here comes this.
That was a strange release there.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Throwing up another guard here. Boys are on it. They're getting bringing this one a little tighter, maybe. No, that's a good shot.
Yeah, we're getting down to the skip rocks here, so.
Third Jeff Tarko coming down the ice. Seems to be moving a bit quicker than normal. Oh, throwing another
Peel.
another peel here.
Another peel. Keep it wide open.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, here we go. Jeff's a tuck, throws tuck. But these shots normally give him a bit of trouble, but I see he's got this one made.
Well, Nunavut has to
Yeah, that was
make a
about
move here.
that was about 7 seconds hog to hog there. So.
So he's moving. Nunavut will throw up another center line guard. They are number 2 rock in the house.
We're having a measure here on sheet D.
Oh, yeah.
The red gets that one.
So it's red there.
Steal a one.
Ontario.
Northern Ontario, yeah, gets the point there.
Steal one for Northern Ontario, and that'd make that 6-2 after 6 ends.
So we're down to Skip's Rocks here. are
Skip
we?
Rock's the
Okay.
first Skip Rock, yes, and he's throwing up. He called for a center line guard.
Well, they need this one to curl a little bit, it looks like.
This one was well out there, so
He's having a little problem. He's fighting the ice this morning. The Skip
it's in late.
Well, it's
there.
not a bad shot, really. Not
Alex
a bad spot
Larrabee,
for that one.
yeah. Now forces them
See
to come to
what-
the intern side.
Try and put one on the center line.
Yeah, he's just going to throw one in there, maybe corner freeze a little bit to that. Maybe corner freeze there.
Yeah, it looks like you want corner freeze. He's calling that the top of the 8 foot or top of the 12 foot there for the his Nunavut's rock. Make it tough for them to get in.
Oh, big update out there for all the fans listening. Mark Blanchard in the game here for Northern Ontario. And he has just, we know this from him. Looks like his rock is over curled about a foot here.
This rock by Whitman's really
Not bad
hanging.
for him. It's only a foot off what the Skip wanted there. It's pretty close. That's maybe why he's not on our team
There's a
anymore.
Great shot here by
Wickman.
your Skip.
He's
I
really
guess
heating up here.
That's why he is the Skip, I guess. Andy
well-
Wickman, a great shot.
I don't know if it's shot making. I think
You got to give due when it's due. So that's a
I
great
don't know.
shot.
if anybody's thinking about next year, just let me know. Always looking for an upgrade, maybe. On the
Maybe
current
somebody
squad.
that throws 100% all the time be looking for a Skip's job.
Yes, sir.
Got to get rid of that Wickman. Too fast in the hack. Too fast in the
It's
hack.
too fast. Yeah, they want to slow the game down some.
Oh, here goes Mark Blanchard again, folks. Let's see what he brings to the table this time. He's also throws tuck.
Yes, I see that. And that is a hard one to throw, the tuck.
It
You
is.
got to get low to the ice.
You got to learn when you're young.
Yes.
You gotta learn when you're young on that one. Yeah.
He is playing possibly if he can get a piece of that, because it will go by there. If he this curls for him, he can hit onto his yellow and be number one.
You got
Well, Mark Blanchard throws his other rock the same freeze there.
you only got 8 minutes difference in time now between you and Nunavut. So.
Yes.
That is pushing. That is pushing time.
No, Blanchard, I see he's trying to move over to the TV sheet here. Talking to Jeff Darko, trying to get some airtime there.
Here's Larrabee's last shot. He's trying to raise that onto his own.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Through big weight,
Always
but I don't
backed
believe
off.
I don't believe it'll curl with that big weight.
No,
it
you know, something
didn't,
could happen here. Something good could happen for these boys. No,
You got one.
So he's got Manitoba's line 1, and it'll be a draw for 2. I guess not.
The
They're going to
boys,
shake
the boys are going to
hands.
shake them up. Well, hey, folks, it's been great here.
So we want to thank Cameron Barth and
Yes, it's
moving
been
on.
You know what?
It's been a slice, as the pizza man said. But
Well, that's right. And you know what? We got to send out a shout out to the Manitoba ladies as well. I think they're still running pretty hot.
Yes, they are. I believe so.
Skip Deb McCraner there. She's been playing well. Making a lot of
Yes,
shots.
Manitoba ladies are at 4-0. So they'll be up on the ice next.
They must be on the ice next, yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
so this year would guarantee you at least a semifinal, a possible semifinal. So
Well, I don't know. I think this game this afternoon might mean something.
that will
against,
mean the
Scotia,
first
so-
place or second place.
Yeah,
Yes, I believe so. So that will be a big game and move you straight into the semifinal on Saturday, which would be a nice break for you.
Semifinal would be Wednesday, is it?
This is Friday? Fridays, is it?
Or Friday.
Friday. Yeah, Friday. You're
Friday.
right.
Sorry,
You're right,
Friday,
Cameron.
Friday.
Yes, it is. Friday, the quarterfinals are at 1:30 and the semifinals are at 6:30
Okay, fantastic.
on Friday, with the finals going at 9 a.m. on Saturday. So that's another early morning.
Another early morning. Yeah.
But that's what you're here for, to have fun
That's right.
and enjoy yourself. So I believe that would take care of our coverage, Pat. Is it? And it's nice, Cameron.
Hey,
Good luck
thanks
in
very
your,
much,
in your
guys. Really
drives.
enjoyed this up here. And,
Yeah, we enjoyed it too, and I don't imagine your brother did, but the way.
well,
but
he wouldn't know about it right now, but once he finds out,
you know, your dad's over there. I seen him taking notes. So, other than that, I believe that we are now going off the air as our sheets are completed. So
Thanks
thank
very
you
much.
for your helping out here with your color commentating. We enjoyed that, and good
Yes.
luck the rest of the way.
there was a lot of color.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves to improve.